I just put $10,000 into NIO. Sit tight and be patient because I'm going to discuss in this video why you should be investing in NIO and why now is the perfect time to do so. Don't worry about subscribing, liking, or looking for the coaching and Discord link. We will get to that very soon. Let's dive right into NIO right now. NIO is increasing its automation at its F2 factory in Hefei, China, with the introduction of robotic quality inspectors. The company's founder and CEO, William Li, announced in a Weibo post. Li showed animated pictures of robotic arms doing inspections, including tool plugged in, camera photography, equipment examination, and removal. Two factories run by the corporation in Hefei's Ashui province, F1 and F2. F2 is located at the NIO Park in Zhengzhou, is the newest plant. Beyond manufacturing, NIO's automation initiatives include President Qin Liang, the co-founder, stated in June of 2024 that a third plant is under construction. The business has also looked at manufacturing techniques, including humanoid robots. UB Tech Robotics debuted its Walker S humanoid robot for NIO's production line in 2023. Along with affixing car emblems, utilizing real-time picture capability and transmission, Walker S does quality control chores like examining door locks, seat belts, and headlamp covers. More recently, China Star Market covered on July 6, 2024 that Quavo, a humanoid robot, was driven by Harmony OS, was under testing at NIO's premises using Panju, a Panju big artificial intelligent model. The robot is part of their larger industrial robotic drive for uses in manufacturing and home automation. However, the most recent news caused NIO to rise over 17% in the last week as investors responded strongly to vehicle deliveries, which are up. NIO has improved margins ahead of the company's upcoming earnings report. In after-hours trading last week, shares jumped to $5.24. However, they are now at a support at the $5 mark. Before the market opens on March 21st, a Shanghai-based electric vehicle producer is announcing its fourth quarter and full year 2024 earnings report. As the business strives for profitability, investors are keeping constant observation of its performance. Driving a 39% year-over-year rise in total 2024 deliveries, NIO announced record-breaking deliveries in December, reaching 31,000 cars. Early in 2025, numbers show ongoing progress, with the first 2 months deliveries over 50% year-over-year growth. Supported by increased sales volume, the company's vehicle margins went from 9.2% in the first quarter of 2024 to 13.1% in the third quarter, a major clue of NIO's road to profitability. Analysts will be looking for further margin growth in the next earnings report. While its second brand, Firefly, targets urban lifestyle shoppers and has started taking pre-orders with starting price of $20,500, NIO has also entered the mass market sector, releasing its Onvo brand. Separately, NIO revealed an enlarged cooperation with BASF Coatings, a division of German chemical behemoth BASF, to organize yearly strategic meetings on exterior coatings. The cooperation might save costs, increase product offers, and boost efficiency. The strong stock price surge highlights investor hope about the forthcoming results release and the initiatives for corporate growth with NIO. I always say when you're investing in a growth stock or a growth company or one that's not profitable but is likely to become profitable in the near future, it's always best to invest when the times get better. It's hit a bottom like NIO is right now, and they're becoming more and more profitable. This is truly the time to get into NIO. Unfortunately, a lot of investors got in a few years back, which was not the right time, although I feel there's a very high probability that a lot of them are going to do okay because the price of NIO could eventually surpass $10, $15, or even $20 in the midterm future. I would say 1 year to 3 years, maybe even more than that. And it's likely it might even make that move in the next year or two. And because the growth year over year is pretty good. In fact, it's pretty exceptional. They have a great CEO and the company is going in a direction that no other electric vehicle manufacturer or legacy manufacturer is going. With their battery swap technology and all of the other initiatives that they're taking and the consistent growth and all of the slack that Tesla's getting all fuels the fire for the growth of NIO. Let's take a look at the chart, and their financials show you guys my position. And And I will be selling covered calls on NIO after it runs with earnings. If I decide that the move was sufficient enough and there's enough headroom to sell covered calls, then I'll be able to make money that way on my shares. But I am back into NIO right now. So let me show you guys the chart, the financials. Let's dive into NIO. But this is what I teach my students all the time. I teach them how to buy at the bottom, wait for the stock to run, sell covered calls above the ceiling, the resistance, which is also a supply zone. Resistance and supply zones are ceilings. That's where you go above and start selling covered calls once you've seen the rejection. So if you're just starting out in the market or don't know where to begin, maybe your money, maybe you'd like to retire, I would love to help you achieve your financial goals and dreams. That's what drives me every single day. Just 6 years ago, I was bankrupt, homeless, and I was able to buy this brand new home. I have my own theater room, my own office, living the lifestyle with my children that I've always wanted to live. All right, son, you ready to go? Let's go. You got your iPad and everything you need. You know, financial freedom wasn't easy, that's for sure. So let me ask you a question, buddy. How do you like riding in a brand new car like this, going to school and summer camp?
Good.
You like it?
I like it.
How comfortable is it?
A lot. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
And most importantly, how much do you like the fact that daddy doesn't have to go to work? I get to be with you every day.
We used to have to go to work.
I know. I used to have to go to work all the time.
Don't.
Now I don't.
That's the good thing.
Yeah. Before the pandemic, daddy used to have to go to work all the time. And now we're just together having fun every day with no stress, right?
Yep.
I told myself that when I achieved financial freedom, I would help others do the same thing. My parents are Catholic. They raised me Catholic to do the right thing whenever I could. We all make mistakes, and I'm not perfect. Nobody is, but I do strive really hard to help people grow and help them achieve success. My dad works with homeless veterans. My whole family is committed to helping others. They served in the U.S. military. My whole family is military. So we like to give and we like to help. And that's what I love to do. So if you would like to take control of your financial future and you would like to join my Discord, my one-on-one coaching, full training course, and surround yourself with like-minded others that are just like you can go to investwithcorey.com. Link is below. Click on training, watch the video, and you'll be able to book a call with my team and I so that I can help you achieve your financial goals. But don't just take my word for it. Let's take a listen to my student.
When I first started off with options, I knew nothing at all. Corey's program broke it down into very simple steps. Corey broke them down where it was nice and simple. And I was like, oh, okay, I totally understand that now.
How much are you up since the start of joining my program?
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'll give you the exact number. Let me bring it up. On average, I was making about $2,200 a month day trading. That was average. In the very first month that I started actually selling options, it jumped up to $14K. And right now in December, I'm already up 6.4 thousand.
You went from day trading to my course and you were able to go from 2,200 to 14K.
Correct. And I'm up 165% right now.
If someone was trying to decide between my program or another Discord, what would your direct and short message to them be?
Corey's program will save you time and make you money. That's the bottom line right there.
What would you tell someone who is skeptical about learning from someone online like myself?
I bought into multiple different programs. From my experience, Corey's is the safest, very consistent and profitable.
How long did it take you to actually make back the cost of joining the Discord?
From the time I started trading, I made my money back in 2 weeks, 10 days. If you want to count the actual trading days, 10 days. And then I just looked at it and I was like, holy cow. I'm like, I just made $14,000 this month. I'm like, that's like crazy. And, just 1 month, it blew away, almost my entire year of day trading.
What did you start off with in my program? Total capital portfolio. And what are you at now with profits?
Started off with roughly 50,000. I had 25-ish already in stocks. And now I'm up to 75,000.
If you want this to be your success story, sign up at investwithcorey.com below, as I would love to help you achieve the same goals. I look forward to helping you very soon. So looking here at NIO, we can see that there is a pretty big gap on the 1 hour. And we can see that right here. And typically when you have gaps on stocks like this, it's very hard to break that gap. It acts as support or a resistance. So we fill this gap all the way to the candlestick right there at the top. And then we bring it all the way down to this candlestick here. We have a gap that runs from 447 to 480, meaning 450 is the floor or pretty big support. Not really a floor, but support for the stock. And you can see it's rallying up. The 10-day crossed over the 20-day, and they're both over the 100-day. The 4 hours should be pretty similar, and it is. So as long as earnings goes well, everything will be great for the stock. It should run even more. If they beat earnings and they do it in stylistic fashion, so to speak, then I feel like the stock will rally its way up into the $5.80 or $6 range, maybe even higher. So this could potentially be a 2,500 to maybe even 5,000 or more in profits for me with my 2,500 shares. In this account, I have more in my big account. So we're going to look at financials here. We can see that the trailing 12 month is, let's go back. Income statement, trailing 12 month is 8.76 billion. And on the market cap, we have 9 billion. So essentially 1-to-1, price to sales being 1. Now, SoFi was a price to sales of 2.4 when they were $6. They rallied to 18, which gave them a price to sales of 6. Now they're down to 12, which is a price to sales somewhere in the 4 to 5 range. So potentially this could 4 to 6x where it's at right now. So just based off SoFi, SoundHound, and every other company that fits into its price to sales valuation, we could see NIO essentially somewhere in the $30 range. NIO, technically, if they beat earnings and they do it again, the next earnings report a few months down the road, then essentially we could see NIO between $20 and $30, maybe a few quarter reports down the road, maybe a year or so. But essentially, that's where NIO should go based on their price to sales, based on their revenue, if they become profitable and they can continue to generate year-over-year growth like SoFi has done and like Palantir has done. This stock speaking right now, based on price to sales, based on future guidance, and based on and contingent on the fact that they are going to continue year-over-year growth. This, if you're going to base all that in and bake it all in, is a $20 to $30 stock, essentially. So right now at $5, it's an absolute steal. And just so you guys can see proof, here's my NIO holdings right here in my account. I have $10,000, $10,060 in NIO, 2,000 shares, okay? And I'm going to add a little bit more tonight, but I have 10,000 in NIO right now. And just to show you guys one more time, 2,000 shares right here, a little over 10,000. So I do have a decent size of NIO. I will probably add more, just, see how things go tomorrow morning, and I'll add more. So NIO, really good financials and good gross profit. Operating income is what's hurting them, and pre-tax income and net income. So that's obviously not good. And the EBITDA. But the balance sheet shows that they have 1.17 negative net debt, meaning just based off this chart, they have a net debt of negative 1 billion. So they're over $1 billion in cash. They have more than that. They have somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2 or 3 billion in cash. It might be more than that now, but I'd read somewhere it was 4 billion. I have to verify that, but they have several billion in cash. Now we look at their cash flow and it's not here. I'll have to look somewhere else for that. But overall, this earnings report could be the first major step in the right direction. And if we get interest rate cuts and the tariff talk doesn't get any worse, then this is going to be a great time to be into NIO. Now, if I want to sell covered calls on NIO, I could do so right here. And if I want to sell covered calls going out, let's say maybe to April 4th. Here we go. April 4th. Scroll down. I'm not going to do this yet. If NIO runs on earnings this week and does well, I'll wait for it to settle down at a resistance or a ceiling. Then I'll sell covered calls. So if it runs to say $7, I'll sell an $8 call, which will be worth 15. So if I sell that call option, I can sell 20 of them. I'll be able to sell $8 calls, hypothetically, if NIO goes to $7. And I will collect, let's see, I'm going to sell 20 of those. Limit here, preview. This will collect me pretty close to $300 going out 3 weeks. I can make about $300-400 a month on this investment. That's pretty good. It's not too bad at all. Every single month could generate about $300 or $400 in covered calls. And this is a good stock, but you have to be very careful because if it runs, then you're going to be exiting. So I would not be selling covered calls yet. I believe in this stock a little too much to sell covered calls, but they could miss earnings. There's no guarantee, but they're likely to beat based on the data we've already received. You guys can see that NIO is a very strong company, and it seems the worse Tesla does, it benefits NIO. If the tariff talk gets better or stays neutral at least, and we get interest rate cuts, the market's going to do better, so will NIO. And if they beat earnings on top of all of that, that's just more confluence for NIO. I've always believed in NIO, but the timing is everything. You can run the wheel strategy on NIO. You can sell covered calls on NIO. You can dollar cost average, but long term, NIO is very strong, especially if they start things out right with this year reporting 2024's final quarter of earnings with year-over-year growth. This could be insane in a good way for NIO. Remember, if you guys want to take control of your financial freedom, you can sign up for my coaching, Discord training course, boot camps, mastermind, and elite coaching at any time at investorcorey.com. Links in the information box below. Once you get to the website, click on training. You can watch a video that will help answer some of your questions. Then you'll be able to book a call with me and my team to help you achieve your financial goals. I look forward to seeing you very soon. And I'll see all of you guys on the next video. Take care of yourselves, fam.